Hello, some of you may have watched an earlier video of mine with a Sharp Walkman that was very similar to this, but was only a cassette Walkman, didn't have a radio. So what I've got here now is straight from Japan, a Sharp Walkman with an analog radio, and it supports FM and AM. And I must say, on first impressions, looking at this is very minimalistic. It's so tiny, and they've literally crammed so much into it. It's quite unbelievable. So this model is a JCN30, and it's part of the Bein range or brand of Walkmans. And as far as I can tell, they were made for the Japanese market. This one is from 1987, and it features quite a nice body. And just before I go into what it looks like it does, I thought I'd show you an AWA radio Walkman, a similar vintage, maybe a little bit newer. This one actually supports a digital tuner, so you can see side by side they're fairly similar, but this is definitely narrower. So if I just show you, and it's a little bit higher, if that's too obvious or not. It's got more of a kind of raised part here, whereas this is, it's relatively flush. There's a bit of a raised position here for the buttons, but it's a lovely Walkman. Really nice, clean design. The case itself, the lid is definitely very solid. It has the tuner part inside there, and also I can see there's a flexi cable. Well, there's a couple actually, so probably for this here, and then the buttons down here. So let's have a closer look at it. If I start from this side, we've got the bass boost switch, which is quite a common feature, so that's nice to have. It's got a remote, and it's got off or on. So with the remote plugged in, I would imagine it's part of the headphone, and I don't have the original headphones. That just basically, yeah, switches remote on and off. There's a little push button to open it. Then we've got the standard headphone socket, and along here there's a reverse mode for tape direction, so we have play just one side and stop, or just keep auto reversing. Then along here, this switch here doubles up for radio stuff as well as the tape, so it looks like radio in that position, tape, metal chrome in that position, and then right over for normal position. So for most times people probably would have just gone straight across like that between radio or tape. They might have had some chrome or metal tapes, but most people, if they were buying pre-recorded cassettes, probably found that most of those were normal, so you'd just go from normal across to radio and back again. Then there's the Dolby. That's just standard Dolby B, and that's off or on. There's a nice sunken kind of volume there. And then looking on here, there's a very thin tuning dial, and it looks to support a few different settings here. So let's have a look at this. So it's set this way for AM, and then FM, and then again for a TV band. So obviously all that's archaic. There's no use to having TV bands, but people would have tuned in and listened to the audio from what was being broadcast. But obviously this is very old now, 1987. On here you can move the dial and get a rough idea where your favourite stations are, and then there's an override switch here. So if you're in a weak area or your station's just not very strong, you can put it into mono, and that should cut out some of the noise that you might hear. But obviously mono is not stereo. Then looking down here, this is the control for the actual tape. So fortunately, and I've got it on my other one, unless the cassette hasn't been used particularly, then this will always be a bit of a weakness on these cassette players, and that is because when you go and press the buttons and things, your fingers are taking off, maybe scratching a little bit of the lettering in there. And also when this is in a pocket, maybe with things that you shouldn't have, like keys and things, again, this is probably going to get a little bit more worn, but it's just an age thing. So we seem to have a little cover here. That's for the adjustment of the head. So probably only can adjust it on one side. Let's just have a quick look. So that's the inside. Just checking. Well, it looks like the rollers are a little bit knackered, probably because this has been maybe shut for so long, shut for a long time, and it's etched a line into the rubber. That one doesn't seem to have it, but that one does. The head itself looks nice and clean. There seems to be an adjustment here as well. So that would be for that side. You can see there's a spring there, and then there is an adjustment here as well, which is interesting. So looking at the bottom, we have DC 1.5 volts, and here is the gumstick kind of battery door, and that looks, inside anyway, it looks reasonably clean. So whoever had this, at least they took the battery out at some stage, which is a bonus. And it looks like there is a facility to extend having this battery. Maybe there is an attachment that goes on here, or maybe this is just part of a docking system. I'm not sure. It probably is an attachment because you can see here there looks to be a kind of keyed in part in here. So I've not seen what those attachments look like. So first things first is to get a gumstick battery in here and see if there's any life, because this has been sold as junk. So I'm going to try a dodgy Jinmasi battery. Not sure if this has got much charge in. We will find out. And I do need headphones. Oh, I need to make sure that's in as well. Oh, it made a funny noise then. So headphones in. Let's put it to radio. Oh, I can hear hiss. Right, just put it onto FM. The radio works. Does the FM work? Oh yeah, stereo. Mono, stereo. Ooh, bass boost. The radio seems to be working. Okay, so I've got a chrome one there, so that's that middle position. It seems to be moaning at me. Little else. So be very careful to push it out like that because of all these sliders. Wow, it's got about. What is the problem? Well, it's a quality item, isn't it? So we've got metal components here. So for the capstans, that's great. The flywheel, it's all kind of, that's brass, isn't it? So we've probably lost a bit of tension from the bout. It's not a really thin bout like you get on some Walkmans. And they really had hindsight, didn't they, to accessing the bout so straightforward, to actually have a cutout around it, a bit like Sony do. Some of these might be a bit thin. So there's a different bout. Shall we press play? It's not doing anything at the moment. Did I take the cassette out? I can't remember. I think I did. Sounds a bit noisy, doesn't it? Try changing direction. So we've obviously got a working one, but it does need a bit of attention. Wow, flutter galore. I'm going to try a bit of hairdryer heat. Not very much. So a tiny amount of lithium grease in here. I wonder if I should take that off. I think I've got it. So we might have a little bit of a problem starting here. There does seem to be a crack on this here. I'll just take a bit from the lid. Just take a bit from the lid here. Probably need a little bit more. Let that soak in. You wouldn't think that these that go into the take-up of the tape would cause so much wow flutter. It definitely sounds like a load issue, doesn't it? So when you put it up like that, weave in like that, there's no load. As soon as you go like that. It seems to be cracked, this flywheel, in a number of places, so you can probably make out a crack there. That is preventing it from running smoothly. So there's more than one, maybe 3 places like that. So I don't know what to do really, because I don't think glue will kind of tighten it in any sense. I might try adding a bit of heat to that. So I've got a fine soldering line. I might try fusing the plastic, but that might make it worse. It's a bit of a gamble, but as it is, there's not much else I can really do. Feels like there's a little bit of resistance still, but not as bad. So notice there's a little washer. It's like a washer. 2 of them that sit on there. The good thing about this case is it will stay together without the screws in. So here is another sharp. This again was bought as scrap, and it looks to be in a worse condition than the other one, as you can see down here. It has got the optional extension for the battery. And that looks a bit nasty in there. Let's try a battery. So a slight improvement on the wow and flutter. Culprit is that centre wheel. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe.